Amazon KDP versus Etsy digital downloads. Which side hustle should you start first? So if you've been looking for a way to make a passive income online or looking for a side hustle to bring in a little bit more money, and you've been considering selling books on Amazon KDP or selling digital downloads like printables on Etsy, and you're not sure which one to start, then this is the video for you. I'm going to tell you about my experience with both and which one I recommend you should start first. Now, both of these are great options, and I do recommend that you give both a go if you have the time, but in this video I'm specifically talking about which one I think that you should start first and why. So if you are new here, you may not know what Etsy digital downloads are or what Amazon KDP is. Etsy is an online marketplace where you can buy and sell handmade goods, but you can also sell digital files, and these can be PDFs, JPEGs, SVGs, presets or templates. Basically what you do is you upload it to Etsy's website and make it available in your shop. Then when someone buys your listing, they can download it directly from Etsy. So once you set up your shop and you upload your listings, it makes it a passive source of income with minimal maintenance required. With Amazon KDP, you will create your book and upload it to kdp.amazon.com, and then when it goes through a review process, it will become available on Amazon's website. So once your book sells, then Amazon will then print your book and send it out to the customer. You can also upload ebooks, but in this video I'm going to focus purely on low content paperback and hardcover books. So just like Etsy, once you have created your book and uploaded it, it becomes a passive source of income. I have tried both, and this is what I would recommend to someone who is considering starting one of these side hustles. Entry costs. Creating your Etsy shop is free. When you work through the process of creating your shop, you do need to create one listing, but that is the only fee associated with starting an Etsy shop. Creating a new listing will cost you 20 cents for each new listing that you have, but if you use a referral link, you can get 40 free listings when you start your shop. I will add my code to the description below if you would like to use it. Amazon KDP is free to join and also free to upload as many books as you would like. So for entry costs, that would be Amazon KDP for the winner, although Etsy is still really affordable. Creating your product. Most people would be able to create a PDF that they could sell on Etsy without too much trouble. If you are wanting to sell a different type of digital download like a spreadsheet, preset, or a template, chances are you already have the skills that you need to do that. With Amazon KDP, creating a low content book is fairly straightforward, but you do need to make sure that you meet the KDP guidelines. You need to understand the margin sizes and to understand whether your book needs a bleed. For your book cover, you can download a template that you can use that will show you the margins that you need, but it can be a little bit tricky to get everything to look just the way you like in the beginning. And obviously, if you're creating a book with more content, it will require more work. So for this one, I'm going to give the win to Etsy, just because I feel like a lot of people know what they're going to create and already know how to create what they want to sell on their Etsy shop. For creating your first book, that can always be just a little intimidating, but it's definitely just the first one that's the hardest. It gets a lot easier from there, and you learn a lot on the first book. Ongoing fees. So both Etsy and Amazon don't have a subscription fee for selling on their site. So for selling Amazon KDP books, there is no subscription, and there's also no subscription for Etsy unless you want to go for the Etsy Plus option. Etsy has a 20-cent listing fee for each listing you add. They also have a processing fee and a transaction fee. Okay, so let's go through a transaction I had on Etsy for $15 and how much profit I got from that sale. So here I have my sale for $15. It's a little bit messy because the listing fee comes off before the sale. So it is 20 cents USD for each listing. I'm in Australia, so that's converted to Australian dollars, and so that's 28 cents. And again, because I'm in Australia, I have tax. So for every fee that I have from Etsy, I also have to pay tax on it, and it's broken down individually, so it's nice and messy. So here I have 3 cents tax paid on the listing fee. Next, I have a processing fee, which is 4% plus 25 cents. And so that is 85 cents, and the transaction fee is 5%. So that's 75 cents. And then we have the GST on the processing fee and the GST on the transaction fee. So let's get the calculator up. So from my $15 sale, I made $12.92. Now that's going to change depending on whether or not you have made $15 US, because your US transaction fee will be 20 cents and not 28 cents. And it depends on whether or not you have goods and sales tax and the amount on that. But for me in Australia, I made $12.92 on a $15 sale. Now there are a couple of other things that can change what you would charge from Etsy. So if you make a sale through an offsite ads, so offsite ads are basically where Etsy will advertise your listing somewhere else other than Etsy's website. And then if someone buys through that link, then you'll be charged a higher fee. Also, if you have shipping, you'll get charged a percentage of the shipping cost as well. Now for Amazon KDP, and I am specifically talking about the paperback books and hardcover books because the pricing structure for ebooks is different. If I had a $15 book, what they will do is they will take their 40% commission off first, then they will take off the cost of printing. Now the cost of printing can vary on a few things depending on the number of pages in your book, whether it is color or black and white, whether it is paperback or hardcover. So then they will take off the cost of printing, and then whatever is left over is how much you will make. But this chart in the uploading process is really helpful because it just tells you how much you'll make from each book sold depending on where it is sold. So for a $15 sale on Etsy, I will walk away with nearly $13. But for a $15 sale on Amazon KDP, I will walk away with $6.35. Now the fees that you get charged on Amazon feel much more significant when you have a low cost book. So if I had a low cost lined notebook and I was wanting to sell it for $5 and the printing costs were the same at $2.65, that would leave me at 35 cents profit per book. Now the good thing with Etsy is that most of the fees, they change in proportion to your sale price. So even if I had a $5 printable in my Etsy shop, I would still walk away with the majority of it in my bank account. So with Amazon KDP, you would just naturally expect to pay more because they are sending out a physical product. But they are taking that 40% off before they take out the printing costs. And those printing costs are taken out from your 60% royalty. So with Etsy, it's just natural that you would come away with a lot more money, but will you make more sales? Now, both Etsy and Amazon KDP are huge marketplaces where people go to buy things. So I actually had a few printables which I had been selling on my Etsy shop, which I wanted to give a go on Amazon KDP. They were selling pretty well, and so I thought that I would get similar results, at least a few results from Amazon KDP. After all, wouldn't people prefer to have a physical book over a printable which they needed to print? So I had a kids camping journal, a US National Park bucket list book, I had date night idea cards, and a camping planner. So I had used a lot of the same keywords. I had used the same interiors, which were just adjusted to the sizes. And for the date night cards, I created it to be a date night idea book and a journal so that you can record how your date went. And they weren't really generic. So when people say Amazon KDP, you're doing the same stuff, everything, like you have to go outside the box, make stuff that people are wanting. For these ones, these were outside of the box. I think they're outside of the box. So in the 6 months, I had sold none. Not a single sale. It kind of hurts, to be honest. And for each of these, I was taking a profit decrease, like pretty big. Okay, so there are a few more things that I could talk about comparing Amazon KDP versus Etsy, such as ads. I've heard that ads are a big thing in getting sales on Amazon KDP, but I haven't tried them, so I'm not going to use them in this video. Also, there are ways to customize your shop on Etsy, and you can have author pages and stuff like that on Amazon KDP. But I think the one that you're really interested in is sales and profits. Okay, so again, this is my personal experience and it can be completely different for somebody else. They may have the complete reverse effects, but I am talking only about my experience and my recommendation. So across my 2 printable Etsy shops, I have a total of 66 unique listings. For the months of November and December, I made a total of $187 sales, resulting in $951.68 deposited into my bank account. So for Amazon KDP, I have a total of 223 books. In the months of November and December, I made a total of 12 sales and earned $24.31. So now for Amazon, that is in US dollars, so it would be higher when converted over. But even if it was doubled, which it wouldn't be with the currency, it would be less than $50. Based on those profits, Etsy is a clear winner in both sales and in profits deposited into my bank account. So I have to admit, I do have more experience selling on Etsy than I do with Amazon KDP. I've tried to use the skills that I've learned for selling on Etsy on Amazon, but they don't seem to translate that well. I'm having a hard time with my SEO and making that really work. For someone starting a new venture, I would definitely recommend Etsy over Amazon KDP. I feel like the learning curve is just a little bit friendlier to new users, and that you start to see sales sooner and you would end up with higher profits coming from those sales as well. I think that if you are interested in creating books like novels, then obviously you should go the KDP route because that's what you're interested in. But I always think it's really important to have multiple sources of income. You never know if you have an issue with one of the sources down the line and that you need that second source of income. So it's always good to have multiple things on the go. Plus you have the ability to double down on products and use Etsy listings that you may be making and then create them to books. I haven't had any success with it yet, but it doesn't mean I won't in the future, or that you may not. If you found this video useful, please hit that like button and subscribe for more videos on Etsy and how to make a passive income online. If you are ready to start selling on Etsy, you can watch a video to my right where I walk you through step by step how to open your Etsy shop. Or if you're stuck on an Etsy name, I have a video for you as well, which you can also watch on my right. Thank you for watching.